crafters, tonight we're going to make a pop and twist Christmas card using the Santa Delivery Photopolymer stamp set and the Santa Train dies. We'll also use the Santa Express Designer Series paper to cut out the train engine and the train cars. Don't forget to use a hostess code so you can receive adhesives or embellishments based on the total amount of your order. You'll find the hostess code in the comments section below. Hi, I'm Joan and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I created this video for Joan's Simple Paper Crafts found right here on YouTube. If you're new here, I want to thank you for stopping by. If you're a returning guest, welcome back. Be sure to subscribe by clicking the subscribe button below. That way you won't miss when I post a video, which is typically once a week. Now give me a few seconds to turn the camera down and we can get started. Here's a card we're going to make tonight. We use the Santa Delivery Photopolymer stamp set for the sentiments for this card. The Merry Christmas and the Special Delivery Just for You. And then we also needed it for the puffs of smoke. The rest we got right from the Santa Express Designer Series paper. I had a difficult time figuring out which background to use. These were a couple pieces that I had looked at, and I decided to go with the Ho Ho Ho. And I had looked at doing the embossing as well with the Charming Landscapes. We have 2 folders that are in that, and I decided not to go with those. I'll probably use those on another card. So we decided to use the Ho 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 for the background, and then we needed to use this paper for the cars, and so we got these dies here, the Santa Train dies, and this will cut both types of cars here. And then we are going to use the engine die, and that will cut the train engine, whether I want this one or this one. And then we also have this paper. I'm going to use this on the inside, one of these strips here. Then we also need these for our puffs of smoke. And I've already got those cut out too. I cut everything out because constructing the card is going to take us a little bit longer, and I wanted to keep the video short. So here's our puffs of smoke here. Then we used our layer of circle dies. We used the largest scallop die for the red, and then we used the largest circle die for the petal pink. And then we also used our stitched rectangle dies. We've got this one here, so that is the second from the smallest die. And then we've got this one here, which is the third from the largest die. And what I did with this one is I cut it out of our cardstock, and then I shortened it by matching it up and cutting it in half. So I shortened it and die cut it like this to make it a rectangle. First I'm going to do is I'm going to splatter paint this with our Whisper White ink. Let me get this up here. And here's my splatter box. It's a handmade splatter box. And I'm just going to take some ink here and just put a little bit on there. And then I'm going to just take some spray, and that's going to make it loose. And I'm just going to mix it up here. Got more on here than what I need. To make it splatter, I am just going to use this and tap it. So most of that's going to be covered with our cardstock. I'm going to just wipe this up real quick now. And then I'm going to just take this off from here and set it to the side to dry. So now we can work on the card construction. So first we're going to take our 4 1/4 by 11 inch piece of real red cardstock. That will be 10.8 by 27.9 centimeters for those of you that are using metrics. And we're going to score it at 4 1/2. That would be 14 centimeters. And I just folded it, and now we're going to burnish it. And I burnish it on both sides to give it a nice crisp edge. Then we can glue our cardstock on there, and we're going to use the 3 pieces of the ho ho ho. We'll do 1 on the front and 2 on the inside of the card, and hopefully we'll get it in the right orientation. So we want this piece to be on the front, and we'll do it leaving 1/8 of an inch for a border. And I am going to get my silicone mat because I don't want to mess up our work surface. And we'll center that on this. And like I said earlier, that's 1/8 of an inch. And then I just take my bone folder and just press out all the air bubbles out so that we get paper contacting paper. Then we're going to open it up, and we're going to put this one on the inside, on the top half. And let's see, that's the top half, so we're going to put it right here. And I'm just getting all the glue bubbles out. And squeezed a little bit of excess glue there, so I just rubbed it with my finger to get it off. And then we'll do this bottom one. And the glue I'm using is our multi-purpose glue. I just have it in that tiny bottle with the needle nose tip because it helps me when I have to go into small areas. And it controls how much glue I'm using as well. And let's see, 1/8 of an inch on the bottom and on the 2 sides. And I'm making sure that these match up right here. I want those to align as well. And again, using my bone folder. Next, we're going to take our 2 pieces of real red cardstock cut at 3 3/8 inches by 10.5 inches, or that'd be 8.6 centimeters by 26.7 centimeters. We're going to score one at the halfway mark on the long edge, or at 5 1/4 inches, or that'd be 13.3 centimeters. So let me get my trimmer out. So we're going to score it at 5 1/4. Then we're going to take that same piece and we're going to score it on the short edge at 1 11/16. So 1 inch and 11/16. So that's basically folding that in half as well. And you can fold those. And I'm just going to get those. And then next we want to do is fold it. So getting that to line up here. So that I'm taking this line here to line up this line down here. Before I press that down, I want to fold it over and make sure that I've got this line lined up too. And that one's lined up, so I'm going to fold and burnish this. I'll do this one. I'm just going to turn it over and burnish it on the other side. And then we need to do the same thing with this other way. So we want this to fold down right about here. And then we're going to just fold it over, make sure that this is lined up. And it needs to be adjusted just a hair. And then we're just going to burnish that. And that'll give it a nice crisp edge there. And I'm going to fold this over and burnish the other side. Then what this should do is give us our fold that we need. So that's what we want it to look like when we're all done. And we're going to take this and put it inside our card. And I see that they're not quite even at the bottom, so I'm going to trim a hair off of this piece. The dimensions I'm using is a bit longer than what you would normally use, because normally you'd want to take this card and you'd measure how wide it is. It's 5.5 inches here, so then you want to take it in half. So it'd be 5 inches, but then you need to double it, so that'd be 10 inches you'd want it. And I made mine 10.5 inches long. So I wanted to make sure that I wasn't going to stick out at all. So that's why I trimmed that little bit off. And then you do the same thing this way. So this is 4 1/4. So that's why we came up with the 3 3/8 inches. So we can glue this down on the inside of our card base. And what you want to do is put it right up the top where it just touches that fold line. And we don't want it to be beyond the fold line. So I've got it in the right position there. And I'm just going to put glue down here. You could use tear and tape if you want, but liquid glue works fine for me. And then I'm going to make sure I'm laying it back down and make sure I'm having it centered right to left. And then we just need to glue this side. And I'm going to take my bone folder and just rub it. So when we open it, it's going to twist and pop. So that's like that. I guess it's just popping right now. The twist comes when we put the next piece in. So then this piece, we want to score it at 2 5/8, 5 1/4, 7 7/8, or that would be 6.7 centimeters, 13.3 centimeters, and 20 centimeters. So basically you're folding it in half and then folding the individual pieces in half again. So let me show you that. So I'll score it at 5 1/4 first. For those of you who don't want to score it, you just fold yours in half. Then you want to fold it in half again and line it up here. But I am going to use my scoring blade to score it at 2 5/8. And the reason I wanted that extra 1/2 inch on this is because of the dimensions of these panels here. It was too small when I was trying to use it. So I wanted to add that dimension, add more to those dimensions. So I've got it at 2 5/8. So that should give you your mountain and your valleys. So this is going to be folded here. This will be folded here. That's what we need to when we open our card. It needs to be a mountain and 2 valleys. And I'm going to just fold and burnish this. And I'll burnish it on both sides. Do the same with this one. And we'll do this one as well. And this one. And I just want to look at this, make sure I've got it the right way. So we've got our mountain here and our 2 valleys. So let me turn it over this way. So next what we need to do is glue our background for those panels. And I've got one piece cut here. This is 3 inches by 10 1/4 inches, or 7.6 centimeters by 26 centimeters. And I'm just going to glue this right down on here. And then I'm going to go back through and rescore these lines so that it'll score through the paper. So let me get my glue out. Now, we made this 3 3/8 wide, and this is 3 inches. So the top to bottom is not going to be quite an eighth. It's going to be a little more than 1/8 of an inch wide, the red portion. And then from right to left, it should be only 1/8 of an inch. I need to make sure that that gets there. There we go. And I'm going to just use my bone folder quite as straight as I'd like it to be, but it'll do. And we're going to come back with our trimmer, and we're going to find those same score lines, and we're going to score those. And we'll do this one. So these score lines should be the exact same ones that we did before. I'm using the marks that are there. It would be at 2 5/8, 5 1/4, and 7 7/8, or 6.7 centimeters, 13.3 centimeters, and 20 centimeters. And I'm just going to fold these now and burnish that. And then we'll fold this inward. So that's going to make a valley fold. And this one's going to be a valley fold. Okay. And I'm just going to fold this all like this and burnish it. Let's see if I can't burnish this inside one. Okay, so we've got those. So next we're going to bring this card back. And what we need to do is we need to put glue on this portion here. And we want to stay within this area. You don't want to go beyond that, otherwise you're gluing your cards shut. So I'm just going to go right about here. And then we're going to use this panel down here. Do the same amount. You could use tear and tape if you want. You need a strong tape for this to hold. And then we want to match this up on the card base. So I'm matching the card base below. And the glue gives away somewhat, so let's get that on there. And I am just going to take my bone folder and make sure we've got it nice, strong contact with those. And now we should be able to fold it up and then have it pop up on us. Yes. So next we're going to do is get our train engine and the 2 cars. So we've got 1 engine and those 2 cards there. And we'll put glue on the back of these and we'll have them sit right on here. We'll put it right here, here, and here. And then we'll leave that first panel to be blank. And I'm just putting glue, and I'm going to center it on this card right here. Oh, wait, we don't want that. We want to put this down first. So we will put this on here first, and I am going to trim it. I want these to be even, so I'm going to trim this off here. And then I'm just going to put some glue on here. And then the next one I'll just lay over the edge of it. So this one is going to be butted right up to the edge here. And then we're going to take the next one and we'll put that right over the top of that one. And we'll have it right over the top of this one. It's almost done. And then we've got a little bit here. We'll put that right there. And let's see. I'm going to just trim it. There we go. Now we can put our engine on. I'm just going to put a little more glue on here because it's probably tacky and I want to make sure it's not completely dry. So now we can set this on the tracks here. And I've got it between the two folds. And then we'll take this one, and we'll put that one in the, that'll be the caboose. And I'm using way too much glue. And we'll do this one right here. There we go. Then we need to put our puffs of smoke on here. Got a couple. We need to save 3 for the front of the card. Let's do these 3 here. And then the rest we can put on here. Now let's see, we'll do this one. And then we'll just put 2 more, and we've got like an extra one here, it looks like, so we won't put that one on. All right, and let's see what we've got. Where's our card? I think we've got that part done. Oh, we can do this part here. So let's get this, and we're going to stamp our sentiment. Special delivery. I'm going to do it on the top portion. Give them room to sign the card. Let me see if I can't bring this up here so you can see. Nope. And then I'm just going to stamp off and use my Stampin' Scrub off camera. And we'll do our next stamp as long as we have the ink out here. And that's going to be the Merry Christmas. And I'm thinking I'm going to grab my tongs, because otherwise it would have came up with me. And then I'm going to stamp off and scrub that one too. So let's go ahead and glue these down. Merry Christmas. That'll go on the front of the card. And special delivery is going to be done inside the card. And I'm just going to flip this over and just flatten it that way. Do the same thing with the Merry Christmas. And then we'll put a little glue on this. And then we can put this right here. And we're going to center it. Right to left and top to bottom. And let's see. I forgot to bend the rails here, so they're having trouble folding up. So let me see if I can't get that. We added those rails and we never put the bend mark in them. Alright, so now we can close it up. There we go. Okay, so let's finish the front of the card. We've got this red, and we're going to take our piece of petal pink, and we're just going to glue that on there. Ooh, looks like it was a little damp yet. Okay. And we want to put, I think I want to put it this way. Yeah, we're going to put it that way. So we're going to put our tracks down through here. And I should have put the tracks on first and then cut it off the paper. So I'm going to just put it down and not press it all the way down. And I'm going to have to grab it from the edge here. And then we'll do this side. It would have been nice if I had glued this down onto the petal pink before we attached it to the real red. But at least it's just tiny strips here. It's not the whole arc. And then we can glue this down. And we want it to be on the tracks. Yeah. And we'll glue this down here. I'm starting to run out of glue. We're going to put this on the center. And I'm going to turn him just a little bit like he's going uphill. And I am going to take my bone folder now, and I'm going to fold it over on the back side. And we can take our tufts of smoke and we'll put one right here. And then we'll put one right next to that. And then one more. Oops. Again, too much glue. Okay, we have our Merry Christmas we want to put on there. We're just going to center it from right to left and from the bottom of the scallop to where the red is. There, we are done with that. So let's see. So we've got this, and then we open it up. There he is. Okay, let's do this. I really like this project, and I hope you'll give it a try. Now, if you've enjoyed today's video, would you do me two favors? Click the thumbs up emoji. That means you like it. And would you share it on social media with your crafting friends and pin it to Pinterest? These actions will help me to keep sharing my ideas with other crafters for free, and I'd really appreciate that. Be sure to hit the subscribe button below so you won't miss any future videos. If you have any questions, be sure to contact me. I'm here to help in any way that I can. And if you don't have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I'd love to be your demonstrator. Just reach out to me. If you'd like to place a Stampin' Up! Order or would like a catalog, hop over to my website where you'll find the Shop Now button. To shop with me, you'll need to go to joanheberlein.stampinup.net. Bear with me a little bit longer because I want to let you know of the promotion that's coming soon. The July-December 2022 mini catalog will be retiring soon. It's always bittersweet to see a classic Stampin' Up! Catalog take a trip to retirement, but we're looking forward to all the new products on their way, and we hope you are too. Stock up on your favorite products before they're gone for good. Save up to 60% on essential craft supplies. What are you waiting for? You can start shopping December 1st. After all, this selection of last chance products is only available while supplies last. I'll have links to the retirement list and the carryover list in the comments section below. Mark your calendars. I'll be back next Saturday, December 3rd at 7 p.m. Central Time, and we'll be doing something for the holidays. I hope you'll be here to join me. Thanks so much for being here with me tonight, and I look forward to next time. Bye for now, and don't forget to subscribe.